Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. I am Jake, and I'm so happy you are here with me. Today, we are going to talk about something very exciting and very useful for English learners. Our topic is Talk Fast, Think Faster. You might ask, Jake, why is this important? Well, when you can think faster, you can speak faster. And when you speak faster, your conversations in English become more natural, confident, and smooth. You don't need to pause too much or search for words. This is something every English learner wants, to speak English clearly and quickly without fear. In this episode, I will share with you simple tips and exercises that will help your brain think faster and your mouth speak faster. I will also show you how to do this without making too many mistakes, so you feel confident in every conversation. So, stay with me, and by the end of this episode, you will know how to train your mind to think fast and talk fast, step by step. Let's get started. Now, let's talk about how thinking and speaking are connected. Imagine you are having a conversation in English. When someone asks you a question, your brain needs to think of the answer. If your thinking is slow, you will pause, and your sentence may become broken. But if your brain can think fast, your words will come out naturally, and your speech will be smooth. Here is an example. If someone asks, "What did you do yesterday?" and you first translate from your language to English, it takes time. You might say, yesterday. I, went to the market. It sounds slow and difficult, but if you practice thinking directly in English, your answer becomes faster and more natural. Yesterday, I went to the market and bought some fruits. See? Smooth and confident. So, the key is simple. Fast thinking equals fast speaking. When you train your brain to think in English, your words will follow quickly. Today, I will share tips and exercises that will help you do exactly that, step by step. Remember, it's not about speaking perfectly at first. It's about thinking fast and letting your words flow naturally. Now that we understand how thinking and speaking are connected, let's talk about some common challenges that make it hard to speak fast. First, many English learners are afraid of making mistakes. You might think, what if I say something wrong? Or, will people laugh at my English? This fear makes you pause, think too much, and slow down your speech. Remember, making mistakes is normal. Every learner makes them. The key is to keep speaking and learning from mistakes. Second, limited vocabulary can slow you down. If you don't know the right words, your brain searches for them and your speech stops. The solution is simple. Learn new words slowly every day and try to use them in short sentences. The more words you know, the easier it is to speak fast. Third, many learners translate from their native language. For example, if your native language is Pashto, you may first think in Pashto and then translate to English. This takes time and makes your speech slow. To speak fast, start thinking directly in English, even if it's simple sentences. Fourth, slow reaction to questions is a challenge. Sometimes someone asks you something, and you need a few seconds to answer. This happens if your brain is not trained to respond quickly. The good news is, we can train our brain to answer fast with small daily exercises, which I will share later. Finally, lack of practice in speaking is a big reason for slow speech. You can study English for years, but if you don't practice speaking, your mouth and brain won't work together. Speaking regularly, even alone, helps you think fast and speak fast at the same time. So, these are the main challenges: fear of mistakes, limited vocabulary, translating from your language, slow reaction, and not practicing enough. Don't worry, because all of these challenges can be improved with the right exercises and practice. Now, let's talk about how to train your brain to think faster. This is very important because fast thinking leads to fast speaking. Don't worry, you don't need anything difficult, just some simple exercises every day. First, practice daily mental exercises. You can ask yourself small questions in English like, "What will I eat today?" or "What did I do yesterday?" Try to answer quickly in English in your mind. This helps your brain get used to thinking fast. Second, read English out loud. Reading silently is good, but reading out loud trains your mouth and brain together. You will notice that your brain starts thinking the next word faster, and your speech becomes smoother. Third, practice quick answers to questions. You can do this alone. For example, pick a topic like my favorite hobby and try to answer in 30 seconds. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on thinking and speaking quickly. Fourth, play word games or storytelling games. For example, pick a random word and say 5 sentences about it quickly. 1 minute. These exercises make your brain flexible and fast. Fifth, try to think in English instead of translating. When you see something around you, like a tree or a chair, name it in English in your mind. Try making a short sentence with it. The more you do this, the faster your brain reacts in real conversations. Remember, your brain is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger and faster it becomes. With daily practice, thinking in English will become natural, and your speech will follow automatically. Now that we know how to think faster, let's talk about how to speak fast without losing clarity. Speaking fast is good, but if people cannot understand you, it doesn't help. Here are some simple tips. First, focus on pronunciation and intonation. Speak clearly and try to pronounce words correctly. You don't need to be perfect, but make sure people can understand your words. Practicing slowly at first can help you speak faster later. Second, use short and simple sentences. Don't try to make long, complicated sentences when you speak fast. For example, instead of saying, "Yesterday, I went to the big market near my house and bought many things for my family," you can say, "Yesterday, I went to the market and bought fruits." Simple sentences are faster and easier to understand. Third, don't overthink grammar at first. Many learners pause because they are afraid of making mistakes with grammar. It's better to speak naturally and focus on words and meaning first. You can improve grammar slowly while speaking. Fourth, practice linking words naturally. In English, we often connect words to make speech smooth, like saying, "I'm going to the market," instead of, "I am going to the market." Linking words helps you sound natural and fast. Finally, practice speaking regularly. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough. The more you speak, the better your brain and mouth work together. Over time, you will speak faster without losing clarity, and people will understand you easily. Remember, speaking fast is not just about speed. It's about clear and confident communication. Now, let's look at some simple exercises that will help you think faster and speak faster. These are easy, and you can do them every day. First, try shadowing. This means you listen to a short English audio, like a conversation or a podcast, and repeat what you hear immediately. Try to copy the speed, tone, and pronunciation. This helps your brain and mouth work together. Second, do timed speaking exercises. Pick a topic, for example, my favorite food or my day yesterday. Set a timer for 1 minute and talk as much as you can about the topic. Don't stop, even if you make mistakes. The goal is to think and speak quickly. Third, practice thinking in English instead of translating. When you see objects around you, try making a sentence in English immediately. For example, if you see a chair, say in your mind, "The chair is brown," or "I am sitting on the chair." This trains your brain to respond in English fast. Fourth, try short storytelling exercises. Pick 3 to 5 words randomly, like dog, park, ball, and make a short story using these words quickly. You can do this alone or with a friend. It helps your brain think creatively and quickly in English. Fifth, ask yourself questions and answer fast. For example, what is your favorite movie? Or, where do you want to travel? Try answering in 10 to 20 seconds. This builds your quick thinking ability for real conversations. Remember, the key is regular practice. Even a few minutes every day will make your brain faster, and your speech will follow naturally. Over time, you will notice a big improvement in both thinking and speaking speed. Let me share a real-life example to show how thinking fast helps you speak fast. A few years ago, I met a student named Sarah. She could read English very well, but when she spoke, she was very slow. She paused a lot, and it was hard for people to understand her. Sarah decided to practice thinking fast. Every day, she spent 10 minutes answering questions quickly in English, telling short stories, and thinking in English instead of translating. She also practiced shadowing her favorite English videos. After just a few weeks, something amazing happened. Sarah's speech became smooth and confident. She could answer questions quickly in class, talk with friends easily, and even give short presentations without hesitation. This shows that fast thinking changes everything. When you train your brain, your mouth will follow. You will speak faster, more confidently, and more naturally. So, if Sarah can do it, you can do it too. Start small, practice daily, and you will see results. Before we finish, I want to give you some encouragement. Remember, learning to think fast and speak fast takes time. Don't worry if you make mistakes. That is completely normal. Every mistake is a step forward, not backward. The most important thing is practice and consistency. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day of thinking in English, speaking fast, or doing small exercises will make a big difference over time. Believe in yourself. Your brain can learn to react faster, think faster, and speak faster. With patience, confidence, and daily practice, you will see improvement very quickly. Keep going, stay positive, and remember, you can do this. Let's quickly review what we learned today. We talked about how fast thinking helps you speak fast. We saw the main challenges, like fear of mistakes, limited vocabulary, and translating from your language. Then, I shared simple ways to train your brain and speak clearly, like practicing daily, thinking in English, shadowing, and storytelling exercises. Now it's your turn. Start small, practice every day, and try one exercise from today's episode. Even 10 minutes a day will make a big difference. If you keep practicing, you will notice your brain thinking faster and your speech becoming smoother and more confident. So don't wait. Start today, practice regularly, and watch yourself improve. You have the power to talk fast and think faster. Thank you for listening, and I can't wait to see your progress. Keep speaking, keep thinking, and keep learning.